Hey, everybody, and all my budgeting friends. Thank you guys so much for watching my last video. How amazing that I was able to pop back on and everybody will cycle right back through. That's amazing. Now, if you are new here, thank you. My name is Kay and I like to budget with you guys. Definitely hit that subscribe button because we got lots of new people here, but very many of you did not hit that subscribe button. So I would love if you would do that so that you can get notifications of new videos. Also, if you aren't new here, hit that thumbs up just so that YouTube keeps pushing out these videos and helping. Every little bit helps, guys. Thank you. All right, so let's jump into it. I've been putting off doing the sinking funds video that I keep on telling you guys that I'm going to do, just because my sinking funds in reality are a bit of a mess. They're definitely a bit of a mess. As you can see here, I've been doing tons and tons of work on it, trying to get it back under control. So what I do for sinking funds is not what a lot of people do. I don't keep cash in envelopes. I used to I was doing wonderful, saving, everything was going well. The only problem is that, when we would need something for like Christmas or birthday, or my husband went and like at that point I was doing it for like haircuts and stuff, that he would come down and take $20 out of it, and then I wouldn't know where it went. I wouldn't write it down, he wouldn't write it down, and it was just getting to where I couldn't track it very well. So I went to a digital sinking funds pretty much. I opened a Capital One account just because I've already had Capital One. I have Capital One several of times over. Their high yield savings accounts are doing well right now. I think there is a few new ones that I probably need to look into though. So if you have one that's doing much better than like I think a 4 point, I don't even remember what my high yield, I need to look into that. But if you have one that's at like 5 or something, let me know. But I did just do that. There's other ones like Ally, I think is what it's called, that you can like literally have little buckets and use it for saving or for sinking funds. Those ones you might want to look into. I just didn't want more bank accounts elsewhere. So this one has been working, and I still thought it was good for me to be able to keep it on paper. I'm a paper and pen person, that type of thing. So, I pretty much took what we had left in the account at the beginning of the month and reconfigured, because I'm telling you, I have not been keeping count of it. I've been depositing the money into it, but we've also been taking a ton of money out of it for certain, like for my kids' school stuff, for my kids' senior stuff, for random stuff, for traveling and all that kind of stuff through the summer with baseball. And so I really needed to get it back on track. So here is what I am doing, and then we're going to set up September's sinking funds since we are just a few days out. So we are doing this a little bit out of order. Usually I will do my budget and then my sinking funds. Today we're going to do sinking funds. Like I said, so that I can get this under control. And then also we have one big, a couple of big things coming out of it. Our card tags, it is my birthday tomorrow. So my card tags, what we save up for, we put $30 a month, which I think I just calculated, what is 12 times 3, 36. So we save $330 or $360 a year for our card tags. That's our registration here in Michigan. We don't have like smog emissions or anything. It's just our tabs pretty much. 208 of it is my truck, which was like a $3 surcharge to, use a credit card or a debit card, whatever you want to call it. And then we just got my husband's because his will come out in November, and his was 120. So literally that has not changed. I actually went through today to make sure that hasn't changed, and it is perfect if we put $30 a month away in. We have all of the birthdays coming. Obviously, my birthday, we're not really doing too much. Next year, I turn 40, so I'm saving all of the festivities for next year. But my youngest is October 23rd, my husband is November 11th, and my oldest is November 30th. So we have all of the birthdays coming up, so I want to beef this up and that kind of thing. And you will see that we have very little in all of our sinking funds, because the most important sinking fund to me is Christmas. Okay, guys. So whatever we had in there, I was making our Christmas fund whole. So we put $100 away a month for Christmas. And at this point, it is August, so we need to have $800 to be on track for that. And I'm really hoping to get this to $1,500 with my new job. We'll see how that comes. This weekend hasn't been the greatest representation of what is to come from my job. So hopefully that ramps up. If not, we'll get another job. Let's see. So let's go through this, just because it needs a refresher, just because I haven't done a sinking funds in quite a long time. And I will go through each fund, because I have pared down my sinking funds tremendously. I used to have a huge list of sinking funds, and I've kind of pared them down and gotten rid of a few. So another one that we might get rid of is honestly baseball, but we might keep it. I'm going to keep it for now, just because we will have travel in the summer still, and maybe I will still want to put a few $100s, but that's where I used to keep my kids' baseball funds. And honestly, we might actually keep this, because my oldest is aging out of baseball. He's graduating, so no more. So I'll just have my youngest. So as you're going to hear, I'm talking through this a lot with you guys anyways. Obviously, birthday, we all know. I want this to be at $300 as a fully funded sinking fund. We'll see where we can get with that. We just talked about car tags. That will be $30 a month. Car maintenance, we will have none in it. Oh, and like I said, we're starting out with none. That is fine. We actually have this in cash, so I do need to put it in there. Anyways, car maintenance, $0. We are extremely blessed to have a mechanic as my stepdad. That helps us a ton, but I would like to at least get this to $200. I know that really does not do much in the car world, but at least it would give us something. Like I said, Christmas, I would like to get us to 15, but the goal is 1,200. But I would really like 15. 1,200 did not get us where we would like to be last year. And I figured 1,500 was about what we spent last year. I have condensed this one to Easter and Halloween. I want to put 100 away for Easter and 150 away for Halloween. So we will work on the Halloween. Obviously, it's coming very quickly. We'll see. My oldest probably won't need much for Halloween, but my youngest still needs a costume. And then I do like to have spending money for decor and Halloween activities. Emergency fund. We have an emergency fund or a savings, but this is like an extra an actual emergency fund that I would like to get to $1,000. We at once had this pretty high, but we do have, like I was talking about, an high yield savings account. HYSA, there we go, with a couple $1,000s in it. But I would like to beef that up more, and I would like to have an actual emergency fund of $1,000 sitting somewhere that I can't ever touch. Holiday meals, this is a big one for me. I cook all of Thanksgiving for my family. And then I do a lot of cooking in Christmas, and I don't want that to come out of our normal grocery budget. So I do like to have about $200 sitting there for that. So we need to definitely start beefing that up, because obviously holiday is right around the corner. House maintenance is something that we are definitely going to start working on. I would like to have about 500. We have lots of projects that we want to do, and honestly 500 isn't even going to touch it, but you never know. We actually need to put another 0 on there to start saving for an air conditioner. But again, that's a whole other issue type thing. But this is the real big one that we really are going to start dumping into. We have a senior, we have lots of senior activities and his open house that I need to save for. And I put a roundabout of $2,000 to cover everything. It's really sad. I started this a long time ago, and just falling off with our sinking funds. It's been depleted. So we're starting all over again. I really had it where I thought I was on top of it, and not so much. Mother's Day and Father's Day sinking fund. This one, I would like to have $250 for each, and that's covering like his mom, my mom, me, and then Father's Day, my father, and my husband. My husband's father passed away. So that is covering all of those type of things that we would like to do. School is just about everything. School can go from like insurance for their Chromebooks, which I'm going to owe here in a minute for $50. It used to be school lunch. We don't have to do that anymore, but like school supplies, school clothes, shoes, really anything for my kids. It should be like a kids fund pretty much. And then Valentine's Day, I would like to do something. I would like to have about $200 so we can either go have a nice night or do something for $200. So that is that. But obviously you can kind of see what is a priority right now and what is not priority right now, and things like holiday meals. We aren't doing that. My biggest priority is Christmas. It stresses me out just with about everybody else in the world, of course. So, that was my most important one to make sure we have money for. You will see that I do put things into the negatives, and that is fine. We're going to take them back out of the negatives with September. That is just showing like this was school new shoes for both kids, and some school clothes. So that's how I work. If you do not work like that, that is fine, but this is how I work, and that's why I am starting to keep a big track of it. Things that I'm getting refunded for, things that I'm not getting refunded for. Oh, another one that came out of this was my son got a new job. We did set him up with a new uniform and shoes. For that job, he needed like non-slip shoes. So we did allow for that, and then he needs to cover everything else from there. Okay, so the other thing is that in our budget right now, we do put $300 into our sinking funds at the minimum. So I'm always going to put $300 in. So we are going to carry over the balances. So what you do is you just kind of carry over the balances. So there will be $50 in this one. There will be $59 in this one. 0, 800. I hate writing on glass. 800. There will be 33. There is a negative $20.39. There is 0, 0, 0, 0. And then a negative $58.78 and 0. Okay. So those are our beginning balances of our sinking funds. Even I am not going to be making any more purchases on this account from here. It is the 28th, so I won't be making any more purchases until September 1st out of this account. So I'm pretty much closing out my sinking funds for the month of September or August at this point. So pretty much I never put any money in the baseball fund from our budget, our $300 budget. Any money that goes into that is fundraising money. So we do cans, we do, I do like hot cocoa bombs at Christmas. I don't know if we're doing them this year, but we usually do. And then my son also helps his grandparents with tents and chairs and earns money from that we would put into that. So we never deposit like our actual budget. If we deposit something, it is because we did something. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get these out of the negatives. So 2039. Okay. I can't find my calculator for the umpteenth time. I literally just had it. So we're going to do my calculator on my Apple Watch. You know, you got to do what you got to do until you can figure this out. Anyways, okay, so we're going to make this into a plus and this into a plus. But I'm going to wait because I think we're going to be able to put more into that one, I hope. Okay, so we are going to put our $100 into this. And this is just hopefully what we can do with the 300. I'm hoping with my new job that we will actually be able to put at least $100 more into our sinking funds a month. But we'll have to kind of see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 300 minus the 100 minus the 2039. So we're at 179 at this point. I'm going to put, let's see. Oh, and then we have to put our 30 into this one. Those are the automatics. So minus 30. Yeah, so we automatically have to put the 30 into that. Let's see here. If I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I am just going to get that to 0 again, guys. So minus 58, 78. That leaves me with 90. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Halloween obviously is right around the corner. So I am going to put 30 into that one so that we have a $60 balance at that point. We are going to put 30 into that one. So now we're down to 30.83. And then okay, I'm going to put 30.83 into this one. So for right now, with the 300 that we have allotted, unfortunately, I'm just not going to do anything in car maintenance. We're not going to do anything in holiday meals. If we are able to come in and do anything else, if we're able to come in and put $100 more, I am going to come back in and put $50 back into school and 30 into holiday meals and another 20 into his senior account to make that 50 and start getting going on this one. So that is the plan at this point. I shouldn't really have filled that out because that's usually what I do at the end, but that is pretty much how I plan my sinking funds. I really just take the ones that we have to fill, like this one, that will make it 900. And I would really like to even beef that up even more, but I really have to figure out what I'm going to be making at my new job and what I'll be making still in photography. So I really just have to kind of wait and see. And I will definitely keep this updated for you guys. Please let me know if you have any questions about sinking funds. I know that this, before I started doing them, it was like a very arbitrary thing. And I just like didn't understand like how people did this. But you can also, again, do this cash envelope way. So we'll see. I am really hoping to make at least about $300 a week at my new job, which would bring in about $1,200 a month. And that's the low. That's really the low that I want to be making. If I'm at all being honest, I would love to see that at 500. To make it 2,000 a month, that would be really beneficial to my family. And we'll just kind of see. We'll kind of see how life kind of goes with the new job. It's a serving job at a new restaurant, so you just don't know what's going to happen. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here and getting through a little bit of this mess. I understand, but I definitely wanted to kind of show you real life and that budgeting isn't always pretty. Budgeting isn't always fun, unfortunately, either. But when you know where your money's going and what it's going for, it definitely helps with the non-fun part. So, all right, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.